ever noticed that loneliness and solitude look exactly the same on the outside, but inside they're completely different? Like, both involve being alone, both can involve quiet seasons, both can involve fewer phone calls, fewer invitations, and fewer people around you. But loneliness says, I'm alone and I feel abandoned. Solitude says, I'm alone, but God is with me. That's the difference. Loneliness is often a season where we become painfully aware of what we don't have. The spouse hasn't arrived yet, or the friendships we prayed for, or the community we hoped would surround us, the people we thought would stay, but they didn't. And if we're not careful, loneliness can convince us that something is wrong with us. But solitude is different. Solitude is when God uses the quiet to develop you before he introduces you to what you've been praying for. Think about that. So before David sat on the throne, he spent years alone in fields tending to sheep. Before Moses led a nation, he spent years in the wilderness. Before Paul became one of the greatest apostles, he spent seasons separated and preparing. And so when even Jesus withdrew from crowds to be alone with the Father, the Bible says in Luke 5:16 that Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. Notice, it doesn't say he withdrew because he was rejected. Oh no, he was the man. The people flocked to Jesus. He withdrew because solitude was strengthening him. So sometimes God removes distractions before he releases you to your assignments. Sometimes he quiets the crowd so you can finally hear his voice. And I know this firsthand because I've lived it. There have definitely been seasons in my life where I wanted community. I wanted deeper friendships. I wanted my future spouse to hurry up and find me. I wanted to do life with people. I wanted people to walk with me on this journey from the very beginning. And if I'm being honest, those moments of silence were super heavy. But looking back, I can honestly say God was doing something in me that could only happen in the quiet. He was definitely healing things. He was definitely strengthening things. He was definitely removing dependencies. He was teaching me how to stand when nobody would clap for me. He was teaching me how to trust him when nobody was calling me. He was teaching me that his presence was enough. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, there is a time for everything and a season for activity under heaven. So that means loneliness is not your identity. It's a season, and seasons change. Thank God. The same God who prepared Adam for Eve is the same God who knows how to bring the right people into your life at the right time. Timing matters. The same God who said in Genesis 2:18, it is not good for man to be alone, understands your need for connection and community. So if you're in a lonely season today, don't mistake it for a permanent destination. It may actually be a season of divine preparation, because solitude is where roots grow, character grows, faith grows, and eventually, when God brings the people, the community, the friendships, or the spouse you've been praying for, you'll be ready to receive them from a place of wholeness instead of a place of desperation. Loneliness says nobody's here. Solitude says God is preparing me. And preparation always comes before the promise.